Thank you for joining in today with Andrea Eichmann and Mark Peterson of the People's Patriot Project for this week's WeP3 Debrief. Find out what our crew has been working on to help support those who have given some and all to the pursuit of liberty and freedoms across Minnesota and the United States. Watch, listen, and support as we create the beacon of hope and opportunity in today's society that needs its heroes. Are you a veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always clean. We want to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to the WeP3 Debrief. Here's Andrea and Mark letting you know the mission. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Hello. Happy Monday. How's it going? Slow.
I could really go for a nap.
You surprised me. I was thinking I was going to pop in here and push play, and there was people in here, and it was already going. That's awesome.
Oh no, I rolled in, I guess, about 15 minutes too.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect. I have to apologize. Our WeP3, our People's Patriot Project is not connected, and we only have one person that can do that. So Peterson sent me a note. He picked up a double shift today. So no Peterson. It's a guy all about money.
Oh man, Jeremy Daniels. I think I just figured out who this is. This is a guy I met at I believe this is a guy, Chris, I met at the VFW. So what's up, Chris?
Very cool.
Glad to have you on board, buddy.
Awesome. Yo, yo, yo. I like it, and you're on our YouTube. Please like and subscribe.
Twice with all of your accounts.
Bring all your friends. If you're a teacher, get all your students on it. I'm kidding. We did good. We did good on that effort of going our YouTube for a minute, and then we didn't. So it's all good. It's all good. Well, it is Monday, August 19th, and we are here after a big show last night. A surprisingly emotional roller coaster. Where's Jeremy? Jeremy's on. Just don't say from front to rear, count off.
If the last four of your social ends in one, step forward.
All the tricks. All of the tricks. Well, so this is our debrief. This is Monday, August 19th. This is absolutely, Chris, that's awesome. This is our debrief. We do it on Mondays at 16:30 or 35, just so that we can let you know what we've been up to in the past weeks, share what others are doing to help the cause, and let you know what we have coming up. And so I have a guest. Look at this. I got a guest speaker today.
Oh, what's up?
Hi. Hi, buddy. Wait, let me
steal the show, are you? Huh?
He's kind of cute. I have a whole host of them here today. There we go. Adam, want to say hi? Hi. So we were just getting settled to run the show. That's when I came popping in. Their mama's here now, though, so it's all good. Okay, starting over. We're going to tell you what we have coming up. Yeah, it's a debrief. We had some cool interactions with our company last night. Participation awards will be mailed. How's that? Everyone, thank you for being here. We were sponsored by Smart Living presented by Brian Kenzer and Andrea Eichmann. And then we appreciate all of our other sponsors, Catch 22, Boho Hobo's Hideaway, Contagion Effect, Operation Texas Strong, Miss Kimmer Gwinner. Everybody's here. Yeah, so that. Jonathan, do you want to do our pledge really quick?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to grab that and paste it real quick. So we have a pledge. The pledge states that, let me paste it real quick in here. We know why we get to do this. Thank you to the service members and first responders that have committed their time, sweat, blood, limbs, family, and life to give us the freedoms we have that allow us to do the things that we do daily, which is bringing this podcast to the peoples. And we get to, and Mark says it a lot of times, we get to selfishly have our Sunday night podcast. We get to selfishly interact with people and meet people and build relationships that make us better at what we do and who we are. So it's definitely a privilege.
And sometimes an honor, like last night. Oh, yeah.
Last night was pretty awesome.
So I was just thinking, even though I wrote up some notes, I'm going to say a couple things, Kimmer, but I would like you then to, talk about Charlie if you're okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, very cool. So I probably wrote a lot of notes, but I'm not going to say them all. But Charlie Hines came to us via Kimmer. He's got his own recording studio, and he did record Kimmer's. I said poem, put your story into a song. I think I copied and pasted there. Super talented. He grew up with a father who was in the Army, and they moved a lot. He's currently in Cincinnati, Ohio, and he works with veterans through the Cincinnati VA Courage Groups. So he had a lot of different experiences with life, which I'm always, as a language arts instructor and an English major, and they don't all have to be bad experiences, but the more experiences you have, the better your writing can be, good, bad, or otherwise. And so I know some kids who, watch YouTube all day and play video games, and then they're going to write a book. And like, what are you going to write about? Like, you don't have anything to base. And I had a teacher one time, a college professor who's a writer, and someone asked him one day, they're like, how do you get your ideas to write these books? And he's like, I don't know if you know this, but most of them are semi-autobiographical. So yeah, I've had some. He actually, one time, he moved out of his house with nowhere else to go because he wanted to experience homelessness. Like he wanted to know. He wanted to write about his main character not having a home, being homeless. He's like, how can I write about this if I don't know? So he moved onto the streets, and he did get a job. He could only work a little bit because they would only let him work so much. So luckily he still had like ID with him, because a lot of people, once they're on the streets, their IDs expire and they don't have any form of that information so that they can get a job, right? And so he met all these people, and he's like, there's so many wonderful people out there, and like their wheels are spinning because sometimes they don't have the access. Not that they don't want to be employed, but they don't have the access to it. So anyway, so writing is a big, his life experiences are a big piece of that. While he was growing up, his father was working his way up to general, but he did talk about how life was different when his father was busy on that path versus once his dad got there and then stayed in one place a little longer. And I don't know. I just feel like I connected with Charlie on a lot of levels. He's got a really big heart. Leading into one of his songs was the story about his dad, because the song's name is Hero, and it's about his dad. And he talks with such admiration about his dad, but it's weird because I like admire him like he was talking about his dad. And I mean, he didn't serve in the military, but he's just that kind of guy. So in his spare time, he's doing he does music lessons, producing music, spending time with his groups at the VA, and perfecting his talent. And so anyway, Kimmer, anything that you can share how you met him and the things you've done together.
Sure. I haven't met Charlie.
Not face to face?
No.
Oh my God.
No. Last night was the first time we talked live.
Oh my goodness.
It's been mostly texts and emails. There was a couple of phone calls, but Charlie is a wonderful guy. He volunteers his time, and he donates his time to the Cincinnati VA, and he works with us veterans in the courage groups. There's 2 courage groups. There's one for the men and one for the women, and deals with PTSD and MST. And while I was in the group, Nicole, the therapist, let me know that she had local talent, singer-songwriters, that were wanting to do our songs, do our stories, and take them and put them into music and words. And she assigned me to Charlie. Now, Charlie is unlike me. He is a man. And I was talking about my MST and my PTSD, childhood abuse, everything. I opened up to him like nobody. But he did a wonderful, wonderful job putting my song together and singing it. And I thought that he would never, ever get it because he was a male. And he, for lack of better words, nailed it. He did wonders with it. The song, when I first heard it, I was in shock. I cried. Then I listened to it over and over and over and over and over because I wanted to know the lyrics to it. I knew the history of the song, but I didn't know the lyrics. So I listened to it over and over and over. So much that Renee got a little bit sick of it at times. But Charlie donates his time along with the other talent here, local talent here. And I've listened to some of his music about the stories of the other vets that he's worked with, and he's good. But he's very talented. He spends a lot of his time in his basement. That's where his studio is. He records, he does audiobooks. I'm going to hire him and a friend of his, a female, to do a audiobook of my last book that I published. So we're going to get together on that here soon and see what we can come up with. But Charlie's awesome. And if you didn't see the show last night, please check it out.
Yes, please do.
Charlie, I think surprised. Well, I don't know if he surprised you after last night, but or after y'all previous engagements, but I think he surprised everyone last night. He just we didn't get the chance to speak to him, or typically one of us is bringing in. One of us 3 is bringing in the guest or whatever, so we didn't speak to him at all before. He just showed up last night and just took the show by storm, man. I think all of us left a little awestruck last night. Miss Kimmer.
Yes.
This one's for you.
I have 3 books. The first one was Healing Like a Warrior. The second book is My Healing Avenue, and then the third book is Continuing on My Healing Avenue, and you can find them on Amazon.
Somebody posted the link to that last night. Do we still have access to that, Andrea?
Yep, I got you. There we go. I was typing it, and I got you. That's funny. I think we were all on the same page right there.
Yeah. No. Your story was and how the song that he put together for your life. I mean, from just knowing the bits and pieces that I know of your story and hearing the lyrics for that song, I was very impressed at. And it is strange to me, and like you said, at the end of the show last night, a lot of artists they write music about their own personal lives or their own personal experiences or something like that, and then someone hears them at a show or listens to their song on the radio or whatever, and that song reaches out and touches somebody that the song wasn't written about, but all of a sudden they're connected now, right? So this guy's writing songs about people and their story, not necessarily his story. And for me to be able to write, talk, listen, and all of that, I've got to almost submerge myself completely into what's going on to be able to convey the way he conveyed with his lyrics. I don't know. I'm still a little bit impressed and ready to listen to some more Charlie Hines, honestly.
I know. It's inspiring, and it's soothing and calming. So I listened. I've heard the song, Kimmer's song. I listened to one other song before we got going last night. But you never know when it's somebody new what genre. I mean, we got surprised one time we had a Screamo guy, and we didn't until we, pre-show, we didn't know what we were going to listen to. Not that we would change anything, but sometimes you're like, oh, that isn't, you look at Ray in his suit, and that's not what you thought you were going to get. And so I wasn't sure about all his music, but it's so soothing. He just has a whole calming nature about him, and it shows.
For sure.
Wow, look at that. That's poetic right there.
For sure.
But it is. Part of the healing and the therapy falls in that line. Wow. When do we get Chris on the show? Got that rolling, Jonathan?
I guess we can make that happen pretty soon. Chris is actually, and we started the conversation, but I think at some point hopefully before too long, that Chris is going to add some music to our rap genre.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kinda
That's why
excited.
it's easier to think on the feet, right?
Yeah, he loves music, and we're definitely going to sit down soon with Chris and let everybody get a chance to meet him. But I think when he gets his studio back up and running, we're going to have some new music from Chris. Looking forward to it.
I see Jeremy's song. Is it who sings it? Jeremy. It's not like the oldie, like the.
See, this is Jeremy, and I'm not sure because sometimes it's hard to tell when you're reading a comment whether someone's laughing inside a little bit. But when I see, did you listen to "Don't Tell My Heart"? I'm going my achy breaky heart.
Achy breaky heart. Yeah, well, I just googled "Don't Tell My Heart" songs, and that's the first one.
And it is Jeremy, so I wouldn't put it past them. But
Yeah. So well done.
Tacos will make that achy breaky heart feel a whole lot better, won't it, Jeremy?
Oh
Tell my
no.
heart to eat no more tacos. That's what
Killing me, Smalls. Yeah, thank you. Yep, it's the earworm. Earworm, is that what
there
it's
it
called?
is. There it is. I knew he was up to something.
Jonathan, I didn't know if you had time. You probably have better notes because I didn't write notes last night. But
Actually, our notes kind of look a lot similar on this one.
good. I remembered overnight even. Yay.
Yeah. So as we alluded to earlier, Charlie Hines was on last night, and the first song he sang was we played was his song that he wrote for about the life of Miss Kimmer, really. And it was a great song.
Something to say.
Yeah, something to say. Sorry, my notes are all. My handwriting's kind of hard to read. So, something to say was the title of the song. We'll close out with one of the three songs tonight, but I'm not sure which one. We'll leave that up to Andrea and Miss Kimmer. But the second song was Hero, called Hero. And this was a song that he wrote about his father. And I want to say he re-recorded it after his dad had passed. And this was the second release of the song that we played last night. But the song was really, it was an awesome tribute to what I am sure was a great person. He had some. It's a good song. I lost my father a while back, and it's just, I don't know. It's a really good song. You have to listen to it. And the last song was "Courage to Change." That's one he wrote about. It was a woman from the MST group that he runs at the VA. Sorry, please. The woman that he worked with at the VA, and this was the story of her life, basically. So she was at the VA, and she saw something on the wall at the VA, and she walked over to it and read it, and it was the little post-it on the wall or said "Courage to Change," and that's where the title of the song came from.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
So that was the songs, and I wish I could do it more justice because, well, you just have to listen to them. That's basically where we're at with that. You have to listen to Charlie Hines.
Well,
A minute left.
what the VA does is they take all the music and stuff from the singer-songwriters and they put it on an album. And it gets released on the VA's website. But one that contains my song hasn't been recorded yet. So this is all new material. It's been played one other time on a show. But yeah, it's not been released by the VA yet. But he has, I mean, they've had several other recordings and there was even one male veteran and Charlie got along so well together they wanted to co-write. I don't know how many songs they co-wrote together, but I mean, Charlie's really good and he'll work with anybody that is interested. You know, that's how he makes his living though. He records, he writes, he produces, he plays all the instruments. Like last night, he said he's always wanted to be a drummer, but his favorite instrument is the guitar. So yeah, I'm sure that I would love to go over there and just sit and listen to him jam all day.
Yeah.
Tell him to bring his guitar, and well, I mean, it's his yard, but we can start a fire maybe.
Yeah. Let Mark do that brisket.
He's okay with it. Mark can smoke some brisket.
It's gonna be the whole night, the whole plan.
I'll I'll drink some bourbon and eat brisket. That's what I'll do.
Kentucky bourbon.
Kentucky bourbon. Yes.
Yeah, Kentucky
Yes.
bourbon.
I have Louisiana bourbon too, though.
Okay.
Just saying. I do.
Um,
Guys, I rushed to get home and be here for this, but I have things that I have to go do. So my night is officially about to end. So I'm about to jump off of here. It was great seeing y'all. Chris, we will have conversations. I gotta get this meetup and make it happen. But thank you guys.
Bye, Jonathan.
Yeah, and Miss Kimmer, y'all run with it. Y'all got this.
we got this.
Bye.
But he has adulting to do. That's what Jeremy is always, like I just said, he's on spot. On spot. Well, shoot, I was gonna ask if he needed help leaving the studio. Let me kick you out, Jonathan. I am kidding. Peterson is trying to get rid of some of the seriousness, I think, because he just put this out there. Which one would you prefer? To have no nose, but have really good smelling fingers, or be blind, but have a really nice smile? I mean, is it that you have no nose, or do you just have no smell? Because it'd look weird to have no nose.
Yeah, but you could still smell.
Yeah.
He wants to know if you wouldn't have a nose. I don't want to be running around sniffing my fingers. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I just asked him what was wrong with him. Like, what are you putting? That was a college student. Anyway. Weirdo says what? Yes. Oops. Yeah, even if you don't have a nose, you can still smell. So, or be blind and have a really nice smile. Like, I don't prefer either. Have no nose. I guess if you have to pick of the two, then I'll be blind with a really nice smile. Because if your fingers smell really nice, you're gonna get bothered all the time. That's gonna be a problem. And then you got no nose, so explaining that is another whole story. People you don't know are gonna ask you all kinds of dumb questions. So there we go. Yep. Oh, Chris is gonna pick no nose. Peterson's freaking out. And okay, all day. I'm gonna go with blind. I mean, it sucks, but since beauty's only skin deep anyway, and hopefully most people will, keep me from falling in a hole or something. Or I can just stay home all day. I'll be blind, but have such a nice smile. Oh my goodness. Well, and then Jeremy poses a whole different story. He chooses neither because he already has his own. Yes. And Chris then is going to go in that weird old spelling. Peterson, can you see that? GEAUX, viral, and be a hand model. That's awesome. It would probably. I clicked on that without reading it. Sorry. I know, right? Like, who needs potpourri? My fingers smell fine. Okay. Well, Peterson, that was silly. That was a silly one. Which leads me to one of our favorite friends from down in Texas. I am sorry. Somebody has not had enough attention today. I don't know why he thought this was appropriate, but he came from Texas to Minnesota to do some music. And some part of his, because he kept saying, go wash your butt. And I'm like, why do you keep saying that? He's like, it's what my mom always said to us when we didn't know what to do next. She'd say, go wash your butt. I'm like, oh my gosh. All right. Well, I have a plan. So please don't tell me go wash my butt. You need more. Yes. The daily taco requirement, Peterson. I bet he didn't plan for that because I don't think he was planning on being at work. Oh, I mean, he's probably on break. So shh. Okay. Oh, we lived through all of that. I do have to tell you guys that our guest next week, which I see that's the part I missed in my notes, because our guest next week, the plan is to have Miss Lauren Iozio, and she is our sponsor from Boho Hobo's Hideaway. She will be here telling us about herself and about her hideaway, which is an Airbnb, which I believe will be really cool. And then we've got music that's a new friend by Hockett, who is coming to us. Oh, shoot, you guys, now I forgot. He might be coming from Nebraska, but I don't want to hurt his feelings if I'm wrong. So he's new. He's new to us, and I've listened to some of his music. And again, it was a surprise because I never met him. I never watched him. I never heard him. I listened to his music, and poof, it was different. It was cool. And we're going to meet him on Sunday, 1800. We Got Your 6 at 6. The People's Patriot Project brings you a guest, an organization, someone who's doing the good stuff out there related to first responders and veterans. Well, I say veterans, but you guys know that's all military. You can be active duty. We just, have to watch our P's and Q's a little more because you're still there. And then a musician. If we've got, last night we had it all rolled into one, so it was perfect. And so next week we've got two. And they're going to tell us all about their missions and what they've done and how they got where they are. Every Sunday at 1800 Central Time. We've tried to miss two. It didn't work. People want to know where we were and what we were doing. And I had to wake Peter. His family was like, you need to wake up. She's looking for you. She's on the show. And so we just are here and it just works. And then again, 1630 on. I might kill my dog. 16:30 on Mondays. We are here to fill you in on all the rest and then what we're up to. And Jonathan actually has the most going on right at the moment, and he skipped out. So we'll tell you later what he's got going on. A lot of stuff going on down in Louisiana, planning for the next WeP3 on the Bayou. And then up here, we are putting together Reads Across America, and we're getting some music stuff put together. And I just met with a person this morning who wants to help do another cool little event. So I can't say anything because I don't even know what it will be called. So yes, thank you, Chris. 1800, 6 p.m. Central Time. And with a great big boom. Kimmer, is there anything I'm leaving out?
Nope. Thank you all for yesterday, though.
Yesterday is going to be in my heart for a long, long time. That's probably the one I'll share. I'm going to change it up and put it on the... If you're a guest, if you're a guest on our show, anyone who's out there who's still watching, I send this little format thingy out just so you kind of know what to expect. Those who like to be prepared, I'm kind of a fill-in-as-you-go person, but those of you who like to be prepared, I give you a sample show. So there's a link to it, just in case you can't find us, which I think you can find us anywhere these days. But I'm going to link this one in. Get last night's in there. It'll be good. And then we've got Chris going to check out some Charlie Hines. Please do. And we will leave you with a song. What one do you think, Kimmer?
I don't know. They're all good.
They're all so good. Let me see. Let's do, I'm not going to scroll down yet. A or B? Wait, we have three. A, B, or C?
Something to say.
Got it. If you're C, yeah. So you're going with... I don't know where they put the music. There it is. A. We're going with A. This is Something to Say, the story of Kimmer's song by Charlie Hines. And you know what? Reach out to us on our website, on our Facebook pages. We're on Instagram. We get your messages, but I I don't understand Instagram. So if you don't hear from us there, come into this world, find us on Facebook, send us a message. We're definitely here and we'll definitely get back to you. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Patriot pride.
Peace out. I'm stalling. It's supposed to happen.
What did I do wrong? Is it even my fault this time? 'Cause I'm out on the street again. I still feel the scars from the extension cords and the hand around my choking voice. I wanna be free of this. Traumatized by every side, I saw the world through broken eyes. My mother took her own life one night during Christmas time. Can't say I didn't try to plan the same. Oh, the years have tried to take my voice away, but somehow I found a way to survive. Traumatized by every side, I saw the world through broken eyes. 'Cause I was no one needing someone who could meet me right where I am. I was scared and always lonely. Would this bottle be my only friend? Wasted years and painful days, but I still have so much to say. If I could save the innocent, try to be like Angie Dickerson and lock all the bad guys away. Maybe that could be my saving grace that frees me from this painful place. But those thoughts never called me home to stay. Traumatized by every side, I saw the world through broken eyes. 'Cause I was no one needing someone who could meet me right where I am. I was scared. To say, I went through hell and took those I loved with me, and for my silence I hope one day I'll be guilt free. I survived my own set of wars and found the strength to get up again, to get up again. 'Cause I was no one needing someone who could meet me right where I am. I was scared and always lonely. Would this bottle be my only friend? Wasted years and painful days, but I still have so much to say. I was was no one.